Game42, step 7, include rounds and a score, and R to win round. Okay, so let me show you what this means. Here's our game, and now you can see we have a score. We have the blue player score and the orange player score. So in order to pull that off, you're going to, in your redraw all, you're going to add another call in addition to drawing the grid to draw score. You'll have to store the scores. I would suggest in data.scores as a list, although you can do well, whatever you want, but a list of scores feels right. Okay? Now, also when you draw the board, you're going to want to add a little bit of vertical offset because you want to add room for the scores at the top. I'll leave it for you to figure out how to do that. But that's going to be in your draw grid, a little bit of a Y offset. Okay, now my grid otherwise works the same. I can move around. I can place values. In fact, the only thing that we're going to do here to win a round has nothing to do with the values we're placing here. We're simply going to say if you press R, you win the round. R. Okay? Why would we do that? Well, we're going to turn that off later on, so it's only for debugging and testing purposes right now. We want to be able to test that we can correctly win rounds before we add the complicated logic of how you actually win rounds. So what should happen when you win a round? Well, to begin with, whoever's turn it is, their score should go up by 1. So if I win a round now, orange score should go up by 1. And it did, correct. And if I win a round now, orange score should go up again by 1. And it did, fine. Also, the board should clear. So if I have some amount of stuff on a board, and when I win a round, the board should clear, which is nice, and reset to the middle. I don't think the problem specified necessarily that it goes to the next player's turn, but that's what we have this doing as well. And finally, what happens if I get all the way up to winning a game? Oh, guess what? We're not even worried about that right now. We'll just go on forever. We're just making sure when you hit R, simply your score goes up by 1 by whoever's turn it is, you clear the board, and you reset this to the middle. So I would suggest having a helper function that basically sets up a new round, clearing the board, setting the highlight to the middle, and then in your init, you'll call that function because you have to have, when you start the game, you're starting a round. So that'll avoid duplicating code. So, all right, so this is not necessarily the hardest of all the steps involved here. I hope that you can make it work. Good luck.